Each one reach one. And when you reach one, teach one. That's that mind elevation.
What's up? This is your boy Shakasha, back at it with another video. Please like, subscribe, comment below, push the notification button. Today's topic is going to be, why do bad things happen to me? And the thing that I want to get you to understand right away is that I know I say bad and good in a lot of my videos, or negative or positive, but that's in order to be able to explain what I'm trying to do using language. But language is very limited, and sometimes you really just don't have the right words to say, so you have to use words to explain certain things. But in reality, there's no such thing as bad or good. It's simply just what is. You determine whether something is bad and good. Something that's bad to you, to the next person, may be good. That alone shows you that there's no such thing as bad and good. And if you truly understand what I'm saying to you, it will make life a lot more easier for you. But it's a lot of people out there that don't believe that they can control their feelings or how they react to certain situations that happen in their life. And the truth is, they can, and they do it all the time without even realizing it. Let's use this for an example. Let's say you're walking down the street and your friend jump out the bushes and scare you. Initially, you feel fear, but then when you find out it's your friend, you decide to get angry. You decide that. And you be like, oh, why you do that? Man, you play too much, yada, yada, yada. You decided to get angry. Or someone may choose to just laugh it off and just have a great time with it and don't see anything negative with it. Or let's say someone did something to you that made you very upset, but somebody else did it, the exact same thing, and you didn't get upset at all. You actually liked it, or you laughed it off, or whatever it was. And truth be told, the person that made you upset, they possibly did something to you in the past that you haven't forgiven, that you haven't got over, and now that's the true reason why you got upset when they did whatever they did to make you upset. And the other person that you didn't get upset with, because you didn't have any negative blood with that person. You're deciding to do that. So for you to say you can't control how you feel is simply untrue. Oh, I can't control who I fall in love with, or this or that. Yes, you can. A simple way of doing it, how can you fall in love with somebody that you're not hanging around? Sometimes we have to not be around those persons that brings out the negativity in us. But we choose to stay in that environment, so ultimately we're choosing to feel whatever we feel. And you have to stop taking life so personal. Sometimes people might come at you the wrong way or or say something that may be upsetting, but it's because they don't know no better. They haven't learned how to release their emotion in a positive direction instead of towards somebody. You don't know what happened to them that day. You don't know what's going on in their life, but you're taking it so personal that you feel like, oh, people are always trying to disrespect me, or people are always trying to hate on me, or, you know, people are always out to get me or scam me, or I'm never gonna let somebody, make me do something that I don't want to do, or whatever it is. And that locks you into this revolving cycle over and over again. And you have to understand that we often have lots of negative beliefs. We oftentimes have lots of negative thoughts replaying in our head constantly. And if you constantly have that going on, how can you possibly expect positivity in your life? I tell people often, if we even feed ourselves 50% of every day with positivity, our whole life will totally change for the best in a drastic way. But a lot of us don't even feed ourselves positivity 10% of the day, but expect positivity or just don't have no idea why these bad things keep happening to them. You put out certain things and you're going to get it back. What you put out, you get back. That's the truth of reality. And a lot of times we believe, oh, you know, I do a lot of good things. I do a lot of positive things. I treat people good, and people just step on me and mistreat me and this and that. And sometimes you got to examine yourself and really find out why. A lot of us subconsciously believe certain things that attract those negative things into our life. Some of us have, for example, low self-esteem. So we're going to attract people into our life that further proves or further gives us reason to have low self-esteem. A lot of us who feel like who have anger issues, they happen to bump into people often that happens to bring out that anger, or they happen to bump into a lot of people that's also angry. People are simply just a reflection of who you are. That's why one person can be the scum of the earth to you. You despise them. You can't stand them. But that same person, somebody in their life loves them. Think they're the most amazing person ever. How is that possible? And that's still the same person. That right there alone proves that people are simply just a reflection of who you are. It's just your perspective on things. So you change your perspective, you change your reality. And that's the simple truth of the matter. Like I said, we often have negative thoughts replaying in our head over and over again. We're feeding ourselves negativity throughout the day, from music to TV to social media, having negative people around in our lives and things like that, constantly feeding ourselves negativity, and wonder why we're getting negative outcomes in our lives. You have to be careful of what you feed your subconscious. and you're conscious. You have to understand that. And you have to stop taking life so personal, because some people are just simply having a bad day. You don't know what happened to them in their life. They may have never learned how to release their emotions in a positive direction. In your world, you think, oh, they're trying to disrespect me, or they have some vendetta against me, and it has nothing to do with that. It's just all about how you see things, and you have control of how you see things, what you believe, how you feel about things. You have that ability, and as long as you believe that you can't control that, your life is going to be a whirlwind. You will have no type of control over your life. And why would you want to live that way? Why? We have to wake up. And we have to gain our power back that we were given at our creation, at the beginning. So start feeding yourself positivity. Start, listening to affirmations and doing meditations and feeding yourself and reading positive books and listening to positive things and watching positive movies and different things like that. You've been feeding yourself negativity for 20, 30, 40 years. You're going to have to reprogram yourself. You're going to have to reprogram yourself. And for those people that think, oh, I do all this good, you have to examine yourself and ask yourself, why do you do those things that you consider are good? Do you have ulterior motives behind that? Do you expect something in return? Because if you do, you're not giving it in a loving way. If you expect something in return, it defeats the purpose. And that's why oftentimes we're upset, because everything we do, we are expecting something in return, not understanding that you're going to attract people that in return, in order for them to give certain things to you, you're going to have to give them something in return. And it's not going to be authentic. It's not going to be from love. If we have this belief that people are trying to scam me or punk me or take advantage of me, and we block off our feelings and emotions and block people away, you got to understand that's what you're going to attract into your life. So you have to release those blocks and those things that you put up that you believe is your protection. In reality, it's not your protection. It's actually making your life miserable. We started these things at a very young age because of what things happened to us at a young age, not realizing at a young age you didn't have control over your reality as you do as an adult. Pretty much everything that happens to you as an adult, whether you want to believe it or not, you attracting your life because of something that you subconsciously believe and you're not aware of, or a choice that you made, an action you done, a belief that you have attracted that into your life. As a kid, it's a little different because the people who raised you or the people that you're around, their law of attraction will attract certain things in your life because you don't have the power to get away from those people and be on your own, because sometimes those people are your parents. So you don't have that ability. So when you grow up, a lot of us are just in adult bodies, but we're still just little kids suffering from the same things that we suffered from childhood. And we put up these blocks, not realizing that now as an adult, you have the power to avoid those things. You don't have to put up those blocks. oh, I'm going to put up a block. I don't want to love, or I don't want to do nice things because people take advantage of me. Well, you need to build your discernment, and you need to understand that you can take those blocks down and be open and give people chances, because once somebody proves to you that they are not worthy of giving them chances and giving and trusting in them, then you can simply avoid that person. Stay away from that person. You have the power now. So what's the point in putting up all those blocks? You now have the power. You putting up these blocks and you allowing these people to make you feel certain ways, you don't realize that you're giving all your control away. You're giving all your power away. You are allowing these people to control your life. Why would you allow somebody to have that control over you? You have no power. You think that it is protecting you, and it's really causing tremendous pain in your life, sadness, depression. The list goes on and on. It's not helping you. It's not benefiting you in no type of way. Let those blocks down. Love, let go, trust, open up, show your vulnerability, show your emotions. That is a good thing. That's not weakness. That's not a bad thing. It's easy to shut down emotions and put up blocks. That's an easy thing to do. And that's an escape mechanism. But the truth is, you're going to have to face your demons sooner or later. You live for eternity, so you will face it sooner or later. So stop trying to avoid it. Stop trying to avoid things that can teach you lessons. And I'm not saying be naive and just allow people to push you over or treat or mistreat you. I'm not saying that at all. But to come into meeting somebody for the first time and already having those blocks up, or recently getting to know somebody and having those blocks up, is not going to benefit you. People are not going to be willing to go through all those hoops and hurdles just to get a connection with you, just to last long enough to prove to you that they're worthy of having these blocks removed. That's why you haven't found a true love in your life. That's why you haven't found a support base. That's why things have been so hard in your life, because you're not allowing it to develop. Because people who are honest, people who are, so say from our perspective, quote unquote, good people for the most part. We all have our issues, but in order to attract those people, you have to be open. You can't have all these blocks. You can't have all these negative attitudes and dispositions about yourself, because a positive person like that is not going to want to be around that initially. They not going to sit around for a year to gain your trust and jump through all these hoops. You have to understand that and realize that you're hurting yourself more than you're helping yourself. And that's why bad things are happening to you. It's a combination of all those things, or maybe one or two of those things that I have named, because it's a number of different ways of why bad things happen to you. But the one way bad things can never happen to you is for you to decide how you feel about those things and turn it into a positive feeling. You can decide to feel any way you want towards something. You are the controller of your life. You are the person that put meaning into life. Without you, without consciousness, without awareness being there to decide upon these type of things, nothing is anything. Everything is just what is. Until consciousness, into awareness, into a human being come into the picture and put meaning onto things, nothing, everything is nothing, and nothing is everything. This is your boy Shakasha. That's that potent dosage. Put it in your system. Love, peace, and bliss.